What's up, Raider Nation? I got a special message for you. Come on, you know what it is. Raiders.
Y'all who made this beat.
Let's go. To come back and play here for a second time around. You guys welcome me back with open arms, as if I never left. And this team is going to get so much better really, really soon. I want you to take a look out in the center of this field and look at all the guys that came back for this moment here today. We understand what it's about. We understand Raider Nation. We understand Raider love. Since 1966, you guys have been coming to this stadium and you've been rooting this team on the victory. You've seen this team win 3 Super Bowls. And we know the love that you have for this team. It ain't going nowhere no matter what it plays. We thank you guys for being here. And if you would just indulge me one time, I need that Raiders about you, baby. I need that Raiders. So if we get it, and we can get it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Raiders!
Raiders! Spicy Raider Girl here with Chris and Mother Moon behind the scenes. What's good, Raider
good?
Nation? Welcome to Woodson Whiskey Wednesdays. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. Also, hit that button if you want to join and become a member. You can also hit the super chat button to support the channel. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure to come over to YouTube. Otherwise, we won't be able to see your comments. You got to come here, and you want to watch it here anyway because we are having a call-in show. There is a lot of controversy going on out there in Raiders world. So on this Woodson, speaking of controversy, on this Woodson Whiskey Wednesday, every time we say McDaniels, make sure to drink if you don't drink, toke if you don't toke, twerk. You might want to mix in all 3 because I feel like we're going to be saying McDaniels a lot today.
There it is again.
That's a fact.
And our drinking game alert is today the spicy Raider Girl bourbon. That's what I'm sipping on here. You even got the chili and everything going on. You got that spice with some
hot sauce,
turbinado syrup, fresh lemon juice, hot sauce, Worcestershire. How you say that? I don't know. Worcestershire. Thank you, sauce, and garnish with my favorite, the little spicy chili. So that's our signature drink of the week. My very own spicy Raider Girl bourbon.
Now, don't let that little chili fool you.
Right? You talking about me?
Yeah, don't let that little one fool you. It's spicy.
I love it,
Chris?
I love it. What's good with you, man? I'm sorry, my voice is a little raspy just from yelling all weekend.
As it should be. As it should be.
I honestly need a spicy Raider Girl bourbon myself, maybe to clear that up a little bit.
If you came back from a Raiders game and you didn't have some sort of voice issue, I would honestly be a little disappointed in you. I'm not gonna lie.
You should be. You should be. But shout out to everybody that was in Chicago. You know, most people just complain about the game. I had a heck of a time with fellow Raider Nation. My boy Leo is in the building. He was there with me. We had a crazy boat party that was actually sponsored by Woodson Whiskey. So shout out to Woodson Whiskey. You just absolutely love that brand.
Wow, drink up.
Yeah, we're yeah.
He caught himself.
Yeah. Seemed like I wasn't able to make it, but it seemed like an awesome party.
Oh yeah, it
for
was
sure.
Great. It was great. So
hey, any party where the Raider Nation fans are dancing on a boat, sipping on some Woodson whiskey, sound like a good time to me.
That's
right.
Absolutely.
Let's say what's up to everyone in the chat here. Jay Jackson, yay! Arizona in the house. Navajo on the go. What is good?
Go.
Of course, we always say this at the end of the show, but man, the way Woodson brings it in there, it gets me hyped at the beginning. I love it.
Man, I get hyped every time I hear that.
Right? Ana Diaz, what's good? BL, hello, Raider Nation.
What's going on?
Solo Empire, have a good show, y'all. Raider Nation, thank you. We appreciate you. Michael Pell, he said, what's good, Chris? Salute Nation. What it do? What it do? What it do? Raiders, you know that's right. Y'all, salute. Thank y'all. Omar says, what's up, y'all?
Omar, what's going on?
Shari Young and Montez Sweet available for second or third. Trade Renfro and a third for Young. Yeah, we're gonna get into all that. We're gonna get it. This is a call-in show, so when we get into it, you'll be able to call in as well.
And don't be shy.
That's be respectful, but don't be shy.
Okay.
Raider Travis says like and share. Yes, please like and share. Remember, light that torch.
Raider
Hit that thumbs up button. Well, we are going to start by going over this game that happened on Sunday. Now, we all know, we all saw it, or we all tried to watch it. I don't know how many people made it through. I actually made it through, but I'm just saying, it was abysmal. That was terrible. We know this. They failed to execute on every level: offense, defense, special teams, coaching, you name it.
Besides the fans that were there, yeah, everything else on the field was absolutely ridiculous.
Terrible.
Nothing. Even our all-world kicker was missing field goals. It was just bad.
Well, we're so used to him making field goals. Right. It's like a given. And I think the Raiders, the players are used to that too, and the coaching staff and everybody. And I feel like, listen, that wasn't a make it or break it field goal. It was early on, but I felt like, if you look at the sidelines, it was like an energy shift. It was just sucked the life out of them a little bit. And they never really ended up getting it going. I mean, there were a lot of mistakes, though. And we're going to get into the McDaniels talk a little bit later. Our opinion is an unpopular one, but what's new? But, this wasn't a coaching loss, necessarily. In my opinion, did the coaches fail? Yes. Absolutely. Okay, but so did the offensive line, so did the special teams. The defense was terrible. Let's talk about Marcus Peters. Okay, if we look to make any changes, I'm thinking let's start there. If you don't want to make tackles,
if you don't want to play, just say that. If you don't want to play, just say that. Honestly, stay home in Oakland and do whatever you want to do. But that was ridiculous, and I feel bad because I was a guy that wanted Marcus Peters, and I know he's not a tackler, so it's not like I expect him to be out there. But what he showed the other day was just ridiculous. I mean, it was just pure not giving a damn, and it was embarrassing. I mean, I'm embarrassed for him. Like, why would you even want to put that on tape? Like, I don't know.
Right.
That's terrible.
There were way too many tackles happening in the secondary. And we want to point at most want to point fingers at Josh McDaniels.
Twerk.
Josh McDaniels, what do you want him to do? Get out there and tackle? Do you want him to kick the field goal and make it? The Devontae Adams catch, that's a catch Devontae should make. And it was actually a little coaching there. To me, that wasn't the right play call in that moment. That's a hard catch. I think they had other options. But hey, that's a catch that Devontae can make and does make normally.
He makes it 99 out of 100 times. Easily.
Exactly. So this to me, the outrage, we're going to get to it. The outrage about the coach, fire McDaniels, I think we need to look at the entire team.
I agree.
Right. We need to play it out, I think, a little bit at this point. Getting rid of McDaniels. It may just be a little too soon to go that route to think that. I'm sticking with them at this point.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but we'll get there.
Myra, what's good, girl? Hey, Spicy and Chris. I lost my voice in Chicago, too. That girl. Good job.
Yes.
Addie, what's good? Oh, yeah. Good point, girl. They played a game?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh, yeah. Same thing, Travis. There was a game on Sunday?
Um,
I have faith. The Chiefs fan just in here to, I don't know, he's in here for one or two reasons. He's either here to troll us or hit on Mother Moon. I'm not sure.
Hey, what's up?
Aphrodisiac, what's good? What's good? So, yeah. Do you want to go over the game anymore? I mean, or we could just move on. We all know this was trash. It needs to be fixed. They have a long week. They have a couple extra days. I don't know if that's necessarily good or bad. I think, basically a Monday night and a Sunday morning, that's 2 full games. That's a lot of extra time to either dwell, or you can say to be eager, anxious, or you can say there's some extra time to recover, heal, and prepare. So I'm not a player. I don't know their mindset on that, but that's all you can do now is move on, right?
Right.
Sure. And I think, in a good thing, I'm not sure if you guys saw. So Max Crosby, he has his own podcast that he does like after games and stuff. It's called The Rush. But just listening to him, it seems like he always has the right mindset. He's all about, it's already on to the next game. We're not going to dwell on it.
Yeah.
We're just going to fix the problems. And I just love listening to Max. I can listen to him all day. But it seems like if we can get a whole bunch of guys with his mindset, we would be okay. So he makes it seem like, to him, having that extra day is going to help. He said he's going to rally the troops together. He said we're on to the next game. This team is not defeated mentally. So I believe him. I just want to see it on the field, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. And, he does have a good mindset. And I think, the thing is, we talked about Peters a little bit. Peters is at the end of his career. Maybe he's just not hungry anymore. Mad Max is still, I don't even think he's in his prime yet, to be honest. I think he's just getting there. So he's still hungry. He still wants to be the best. Peters, I don't know. He's playing like he just wanted to say he can retire and, not in Oakland, but as a Raider or something. Like it's not there. It's not working.
For Christ's sakes, make him change his number. Seriously, he should not be allowed to wear 24 no more. That just pisses me off. I mean, don't get me started on that dude.
All right, we will not. Or you can, you can go for it.
If I had a voice, I would, because I have a lot to say about that.
Fair enough.
I do want to say that Mad Max helps me get into the right mindset after a game. It's like, I get a little upset and I'm perturbed for a day, but after listening to him, I'm like, okay, I'm on your team.
Yeah, Kristen actually talked about this earlier. It's like, we were talking about that. You look at these guys, him and I know we used to make it would like ruin our day or evening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'd be all grumpy. And then these guys are like, okay, let's go high five, move on, and let's focus on the next one. So to your point, Mother Moon, it's nice to see that he can help us go, you know what? Let's just move on and get better.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Let's look at some of these comments here. There's a lot of them, and we appreciate you. So I'm going to try to get to as many as I can here. Afro says, the coach and GM built this team. They created the playbook. That's right, they did. And none of us are ever going to agree with everything the Raiders do. I certainly don't. But at this point, I feel like they are creating it still. They have a vision still. I mean, they've only coached and had this team for less than a season and a half. They're not going to get great overnight. So I know people don't like the trust the process tagline or whatever, but at this point, I think we have to trust the process. Let's give these men a chance to see their vision play out and see what potentially the Raiders can end up doing. Because this is where I'm looking at right here. Here's some notes, some stats for you. The Raiders only won 6 games last year. 6, okay? They're halfway there already. And people are saying, miss Carr yet and all this. No, we don't miss that. Okay, we don't miss a 6-game winning season. At this point last year, the Raiders were 2-5. This year, they're 3-4. They're actually better. So they are making improvements with games coming up that are winnable. This is still, I can't even believe I'm saying this. There's only 7 teams in the AFC that have a better record than them. They're right in the middle of the pack.
Right in the middle. 7 teams make the playoffs, okay? Are the Raiders a playoff team? I don't think so. However, they're still right in the middle.
with a better record than they had last year at this time, and with a pretty good chance of winning more than 3 more games the duration of the season. So if we're sitting here as a fan base complaining about improvement, then I think those complaints aren't valid. It's very hard, especially in the NFL, to just turn it around and be like, oh, we're terrible for years. Oh, for last year, losing season, and then, oh, we're going to be a Super Bowl team.
Yeah. And plus, people don't realize, like, you can get on a hot run at any time. Like, people have to remember that year we went to the playoffs, there was a time we lost like 5 of 7 games, under Rich Bisaccia. And, and we looked terrible. But then all of a sudden we got it together and then we started playing. So, the only thing that kind of, and again, I was someone that wanted, and I still want McDaniels to do well. I hope he can bounce back, but the fact, we won 3 games, no one's happy with that. However, we haven't played our best ball yet. Like we got by with 3 wins, but we haven't fully got it all together. Our defense is playing, up and down. They're better than previous years. But at the end of the day, it's like, if we do fire him, then I don't think it should be right here in the middle of the season.
No, absolutely not.
Play out the season. But again, I'm disappointed overall in the coaching staff and McDaniels, but I'm not blaming everything on him. It does start with him because these are his players. But all this, this disrespect. I mean, these dudes making rap diss songs about him, and it's just to me it gets old, and it's like. Yeah.
It's old, it's disgusting, and it's embarrassing, in my opinion. And I see your comments here. We'll go through them. You'll have a chance to call in. Am I saying that McDaniels is doing a good job?
Right.
I don't think he's doing a good job. Do I think firing him is the answer? No, I think it's ridiculous. What, in the middle of a season? Then, okay, let's say that happens. So everyone over here, campaigning for him to be fired, what's the solution? What's the solution? Do you think that's like a better coach is just sitting at home unemployed? Like that's a better option? I mean, so what is the solution then? Okay, you're fired. Then what? Then
we start from scratch
some magical great coach that we don't know about who's unemployed without a contract is going to come in and save this team and then they win out? Right. It makes no sense. And then what? They're going to have potentially a playbook they don't know. I mean, they're going to under new direction in the middle of a season. Like it makes no sense to me. Someone make it make sense to me. Call in, let us know what you think. Because you can't just fire somebody. It's like, don't go quit your job if you don't have another one lined up.
Right.
It's just not logical. To me, it's just not logical. And furthermore, I think as a fan base, the way we're behaving out in the wild,
it's ridiculous.
Calling people out of their names, verbally attacking them, like that is no way to act. I'm like embarrassed by the people who are out there representing being a Raiders fan who are I don't want to be verbally attacked.
Nobody does.
I don't want to be calling out of my name, and I don't want it done on a grand stage. And I certainly don't want the people doing it somehow being commended for it. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And like honestly, like you literally can, you could protest. I mean, there's many things that you can do. I mean, there's been plenty times that at games I'd yell at Gruden or whatever, but there's still a certain way you do it. Like I wouldn't go find Gruden at dinner with his wife with a sign and yell at him. You know what I'm saying? It's just you got to have certain tactics.
No.
It's ridiculous, man. It's like honestly, all these fans, like we talked about it earlier. Like, say you were, you owned a business. Like, as a fan, would you appreciate someone coming up to you while you're out with your family, yelling at you because they didn't like what you did at your business? It's just, I mean, people just because this is our team and Mark Davis. Is a well-known person now. It's like you still don't treat people like that at the end of the day, because I'm telling you, man, someone's gonna run up on Mark and it's his bodyguard or something. Somebody's gonna get hurt, man. So they better chill that out.
For real. Listen, I know the Raiders fans, they have a reputation of some sort when they play a game and they're in that stadium, and what used to be, not anymore, as really with the Raiders and maybe even in Oakland or maybe even LA, the Raiders had a reputation. The Raiders fans had a reputation for being intimidating. But that's in an arena where you are cheering and supporting. I like that fan base. Right. Don't get me wrong. That's different.
Passionate. That's passionate.
That's different than verbally attacking people out in the wild.
Right. No, I agree. I see a lot of people in the comments, call in.
Yeah, well, we'll put the call-in number in a second. Let's read through. I know there's a lot going on here. So Marcus Peters is acting like the prime time that doesn't tackle people. Yeah, he missed a lot of tackles for sure, and he embarrassed himself, to be honest. And maybe he doesn't care, but like you said, I was rooting for him for several reasons. I mean, I wanted him to do good for the Raiders, but for me, being an Oakland native, I was like excited for him to come back and represent, but it's just not happening.
I didn't hear him speak afterwards. Was there anything that he said to justify his non-play?
He wouldn't. No. He just doesn't care. I mean, you can just tell he doesn't care. Yeah.
Peters let some Bears go right by him, like, you owe me a Morton steak after the game, bro.
This is crazy.
I know. Yeah. Clearly, this is one of your fans, and he doesn't agree with me, and it's an unpopular opinion. But hey, it's my opinion. You're watching my show, so.
Exactly.
You don't like it, you don't have to watch.
That could be good. Who in the hell is this girl speaking?
Or you can call in and tell me why you don't agree with me, which we're going to get to in a minute.
No, I'm saying this could be like, yeah, she is speaking and she is telling it like it is. Hell yeah, who's this girl?
Okay, Mother Moon.
Okay, we'll put you
I mean, she is a spicy of the spicy shield talk. Remember that, guys. Remember that.
I do agree with this. We talked about this. Release Hoyer, please. So, how he said we've talked about this. I don't really even think he should be on the team. I don't think he's a good fit. I think Chris, you promised me he was only going to wear headphones.
I thought that was a plan. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was just gonna have a clipboard, have headphones, and you'll never see him.
I will say this, though. Starting him, fine. That's the decision to start him. I do think, though, once the Raiders really did nothing on the field, come the third quarter, the second half, I think they should have started Aiden O'Connell in the second half. They put him in too late, where there really was no chance for any momentum shift, any change, anything like that. I mean, at that point, I think you put in O'Connell, you take out Hoyer. Hey, good try first half. Let's see what this kid can do. That's what I would have done, but
no, I agree.
Peters has always avoided physicality. It's nothing new. All right.
That's true, but that was, to me, that was extreme. Like, that really was just, like, he didn't give a damn.
Well, the Raiders, I feel, have always been notoriously bad for kind of making any sort of changes. So this is nothing new for me. Coach McDaniels in Miami turned around the Dolphins in his first year. And I didn't follow that team, so I don't know. But the thing with the Raiders is there's a lot of issues. The Raiders don't have a team where you can bring in one or two pieces and it's a fix. The offensive line needs improvement. Obviously the defense needs improvement. I mean, it's more than one thing, and it's a huge task. I mean, honestly, I don't want that job.
Yeah. Plus the Dolphins, they already had something to work with. I mean, they had young players. They had draft picks that were hitting, a lot of time. And I don't like, giving the excuses, but when you draft for so bad for so long, I mean, you only have so much you can work with at the end of the day. So again, I'm not saying McDaniels is doing a good job, because he's definitely not, but but
neither are a lot of other people on the team.
I don't think we can compare us to the Dolphins at all.
Yeah, I miss a winning season, Travis says. I don't even remember one.
I know, like 2 in the last 20 years.
This is true. I mean, the Raiders only beat the bad teams. I mean,
that's true.
That's true. It's true. And they had some leads against some good teams, and they just can't figure out how to keep those leads. I mean, the stats are terrible. If we look at the stats, I mean, what? How many blown double-digit losses did they have? I can't even remember.
Yeah,
this is a team that lost to a high school coach.
Yeah,
and who lost to us.
Baker Mayfield,
who came in
three
days before. So trust me, there's a lot wrong. I'm not sitting here trying to say that what the Raiders is doing is good, because it's clearly not successful. Yeah. However, and then the latest one, of course,
that's crazy.
But add that to your resume as well. This kid went to, and good for him. I mean, but come on, these types of things. The Raiders should win. This should have been even with Fields, like they should have won. Then you've got this kid, first start, coming out of D2 college, and this made this kid look like he was the next Joe Montana or something.
Man, it was crazy.
He did look good.
It was crazy.
With his 53 people followers.
Yeah, with his 53 family and friends taking up half the stadium over there. But Solo Empire says, honestly, we only have wins against terrible teams. Our record means nothing. We look horrible every single game on the offense. That's true. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with most of what you're saying, commenters. But again, I also don't think firing the head coach in the middle of the season with no solution offered. By the way, all these people that say fire McDaniels, how about fire McDaniels at least, and try this? Maybe offer some sort of solution. Not that it's going to happen, but because, they don't care what we say. Of course they shouldn't care what we say. That's their business to run. It's like you go into a dive bar, and what does the owner tell you? Don't tell me how to run this. I own this.
Right.
It's the same concept. So they're not going to listen. But if you're going to sit there and say fire McDaniels over and over and over and over again.
What's your suggestion?
Offer a suggestion at least. Maybe that's something I could work with.
Right. I agree.
I picked Raiders prior to game 1, 9-8 with a +-2. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're really expecting the Raiders to be some sort of great team this year. It's gonna take some time, and I know we're all tired of waiting. It's been 2 decades.
Right. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just embarrassing just as a whole. But at the end of the day, it's a fun, it's a foundation issue. It's not nothing that you can just quickly fix. And again, I keep going back to the whole Gruden thing. It took him a while to get this team to the point where we were respectable. And I just hate the thought of just firing the coaches every 2 years, because as soon as they fire another coach, he's going to want to bring in his own people. So then it's like everyone we have now, scrap all them. And granted, they're not playing so good right now, but I mean, we've seen these guys play, and we've seen them play well. Like, we've seen Josh Jacobs play well under McDaniels. We've seen our offense do well under McDaniels. Going into the season, all we wanted to see was our defense get better. Our defense has gotten better. It's just, we got to figure out a way just to get this offense going, and we're not as bad as everyone makes it seem, but we're just not making it happen right now.
And by the way, if you want me to shut up, turn it off.
Who's it?
If you want me to shut up, you can shut me up. You don't have to watch this. If you want me to shut up, turn it off.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan. Let me see that.
That simple. We are not forcing you to be here. And like we're speaking of, this is part of the issue. I'll go on my little rant here. This is part of the issue. Okay? It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It happens with Raiders fans. Everyone can sit there and tell people to shut up, to be rude, to be disrespectful. And that's a big part of the problem with this whole Fire Josh McDaniels campaign thing that I have. If you don't like him, do it in a respectful way.
Right.
It's the Raiders fans' culture to belittle people, to put people down, to call them out of their names, and to try to rally. If one doesn't like someone, Raider Nation will try to rally everybody else not to like them either. Right. Your opinion's your opinion, my opinion is my opinion, okay? You don't have to go there. If you want to shut me up, go away.
Right. No, and you're right. That's the issue with the fan base, man. It's like you can never really have healthy debates with anyone because it always turns personal. At the end of the day, you get all these people behind the keyboard and want to tell you this and that. It's wild to me. I mean, I just don't remember the fan base always being like this. Again, we've always been passionate. We've always been tough. We've always been, but the pure disrespect, man, it's just, to me, it just seems new to me. And I don't get it. I don't get it.
No, and I agree 100%. You don't like it, you can just go about your way, find another channel.
You literally have the power to shut me up. Turn it off. Really that simple. So let's go into one of our games here, since we are talking about the coaching situation. Who would you start, bench, or cut? So let's see our options here. Some people that I think like to refer back to these coaches at this time when we are not exactly happy what's happening with the Raiders. And I don't think anybody is. I think that's universal. And I think we are up. Oh, sorry, the music just went on. Chris, what do you think? If these are let's hypothetically say we're getting rid of McDaniels, who are you start, benching, or cutting with this trio?
Man, this is tough because whenever I talk about Gruden, to me, there's always two Grudens. Like, I loved the first Gruden. I really did. Gruden 1.0 was good. I didn't like Gruden 2.0, but people aren't going to understand. But I'm cutting Bisaccia off the rip just because I don't think he's more than a special teams running back coach. I mean, he's been coaching for 30 plus years. He hasn't, his peers don't even see him as someone that's head coach material. He hasn't been more than either a running back coach or a special teams coach for a reason. He's a nice guy. He sent love letters and goodbye letters and to all the team, which is cute. I love it. Probably has beautiful handwriting. I mean, I'm cool with Bisaccia, but I don't think, I'm sorry, man. So I'm cutting him. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm probably gonna start. I'm probably gonna start Del Rio and bench Gruden. I know it sounds crazy, but it sounds crazy saying it, but that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah. All right. Well, we saw what some of the commenters have to say. I don't want to play.
It's tough, man. It's tough.
Quite honestly, I will say, okay, I would start Gruden the first time around.
See, hold on now. So you want Gruden 1.0? See,
Gruden 1.0.
I didn't know that was an option. I thought we had
right. I don't want Gruden 2.0.
Yeah, I thought we had to take them holistically.
No, there's no stipulations. There's no asterisk.
And I'm gonna bench Bisaccia and I'm gonna cut Del Rio.
Cutting Del Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I was just not a fan of the fact that there were issues and he could, and maybe he wanted to keep it private. He didn't want to say, but he just really could not offer any solutions, like at any press conference. I was so sick of hearing him say, like, what's the issue? We lost our mojo. Like, that got under my skin. That was like a trigger for me.
See, I think Bisaccia had the worst. Like, there was a lot of times he wasn't even like by the mic and he couldn't hear. Like, I hated his press conferences with a passion. I'm like, this dude, I don't know, man. But I don't. This game sucks. I don't play this game.
Right. Let's see if we have any more commenters here. Let's see. Gruden should have never been let go. It was the NFL that forced Mark. Yeah, well, that's true. Del Rio was cut only because Mark Davis had a man crush on Gruden. Bisaccia took a team in shambles and got them to the playoffs when he could have just mailed it in. Yeah, I mean, I thought Bisaccia I thought he finished the season strong. Again, I agree. I don't think he's a head coach. I would have liked to see him keep his prior position.
Yeah, stay on the coaching staff.
Stay on the coaching staff. I think he could have been an asset. I know some people's argument to that would be like, oh, well, like you're kind of getting a demotion.
Yeah.
But I personally don't see it that way because you never really got a promotion. You were interim.
Right, exactly.
And he stepped up for the team.
And he stepped up for the team, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So that's why I would start him because he's there for the team. I put Gruden on a bench. He needed timeout. Put him in the corner. Yep. He needed, know what he did wrong, and get it together. Play ball now, not O-ball. And then Del Rio, I don't like a wishy-washy man.
Yeah.
Tell me the problem and let's fix it. It was always, I don't know.
Yeah, this is true right here. Nobody would make it through the first 1 minute, 30 seconds of a press conference. After game, take a shot every time Josh McDaniels says in a press conference. Nobody would survive the first 30 seconds of that. Like
nobody.
Nobody.
Take it 30 shots.
Seriously. If you're just a friendly reminder, if you're watching on Facebook, join us over on YouTube because if you're commenting on Facebook, we cannot see any of your comments. Remember, light that torch, hit that like button, subscribe to both of our channels, and remember, if you want to support the channel, hit that super chat button to support the channel as well. We are going to put in the call-in number if you would like to call and let us know why you think McDaniels should either be fired or not. Plead your case. We are here to listen to you. There's the number right there, 510-394-4409. We are here to hear you. So while we wait for that, the tougher task here in today's Woodson Whiskey Wednesday.
And also, when you do the call-in number, also talk about the answers to the games, too. If you don't agree with what we said or you think something else, let us know.
So the tougher task, being a Raiders fan in 2022 or being a Raiders fan in 2023. What do you think, Chris?
Wee! Oh, my God.
Can you hit me up, man?
Oh, man.
Right?
I always got to go first.
That was a long pause.
It's not fair. I know.
Oh, man. This is,
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna agree with this one here. Oh, no, sorry. This one here. Since forever.
Yeah. But it's, oh, man, because it's like.
So he said, Aphrodisiac says there was hope in 2022. There's still actually hope this year. Again, the Raiders aren't out of it. They're 3-4, 7 games in. Better record than last year with winnable games coming up. Is it likely? No, don't go to Vegas and put your money on it, but there's still hope.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, because at least last year we had, a very explosive offense. But I guess in my mind, I just keep thinking that it's going to happen sooner or later. And maybe it's just me, I don't know. But I would say it's probably a tougher task being a fan this year. I will say that.
You think so?
I think that.
Tell me why.
I mean, because at least last year I had something to stand on when I was trying to defend McDaniels.
Okay. Mine's getting refilled.
But now it's like he's giving me like nothing left. Like I'm on thin ice. Like there's nothing else I can really say to defend the dude at this point. So,
oh, we have a caller.
Oh, there we go.
You're saved by the bell.
Keep it respectful. Whoever it's calling, keep it respectful.
Hello, caller. Hang on. Caller, are you there?
Call from Raider Rick.
Raider Rick, are you there?
Raider Rick.
Oh. Hey, man, you are live. Tell us what you think. What are your thoughts? Can you hear us?
Rick.
I heard you for a second. Oh, I heard me. All right, Rick. Well, we'll try. Maybe you can try to call back. Nope, I think he's calling back here. Well, call us back. I don't know what happened. I heard you for 2 seconds. We'll get you back on here. Raider Rick from Hawaii was on the line. All right, Chris, finish your thought while he calls back. Tougher task. Why?
Yeah, I still think it's harder now because again, it's someone that tried to be optimistic. It's harder to be optimistic this year. Last year I was I still had more hope, but man, this year it's tough. Even though we're not out of it yet, but it's tough. That's all I can say because until I actually see it, I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. But I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry, I went on mute. I think for me, and this is probably a pathetic reason to be honest, I feel like I become a little immune to it. So yeah. I would say last year, because maybe last year I was a little more like, yeah, let's do it. And this year I'm kind of like, same old Raiders.
Yeah. But
I'm not sure that's a great reason to kind of, I'm certainly not defending the reason, but you just kind of get exhausted year after year, like putting all of this energy into it. And it's like, sometimes you just got to sit back and just be like, okay, let me just watch and move on with my day.
Yeah, no, that too. But it's like this year, it's like we have fans that get upset even when we win. Like, that's just so new to me. I mean, because, again, we know our team's not the best. But, I mean, to actually, like, still get upset that we won a game because they want the coach to get fired sooner is just wild to me.
Oh, that's crazy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't happening last year. So.
Well, you think that's a coping mechanism a little bit? Like, okay, almost a consolation prize. So the Raiders aren't winning, but maybe a positive can come out of it, and the positive is getting what I want, which is him fired.
I mean, I guess, but that's even like me. Like at the end of last year, like again, I'm a Raiders fan first. I wanted us to win. I didn't think Derek Carr gave us the best chance, but I mean, I never wanted Carr to do bad.
Yeah.
So, but I know we got a caller, so let's.
Well, I want him to do bad now.
Right.
Because he's not on my team, but
right.
Caller, go ahead. You are live. Tell us what you think.
Aloha Kako, Raider Nation. What's up, Anna and Angela and Chris?
Hey, what's
up?
Nothing much. Still working. Watching you guys. Great show.
Thank you.
As usual.
Thank you. So, what do you think? Are you on the fire McDaniels train, or are you riding with him?
I'm going to ride with him until they fire him. That would be an organization's decision. I support Josh McDaniels. I just think that he just should change up the playbook to make it not so hard and not so predictable.
Mm. Yeah, definitely.
Chicago, they were players saying they were calling our plays. It's like, I don't know if they had a camera watching their practices, whatever it was, but that was not a good game.
I don't think that. I mean, it was no secret. Really quickly, there was no secret that they were going to throw to Davante Adams. Davante put it out there that he wants the ball, and they gave it to him. I mean, they know they have to shut down Mad Max, and then once they saw Marcus Peters wasn't tackling, they went after him all day long. So that's an easy recipe for success.
Yeah. True. And Marcus Peters, there's just 5 or 6 plays that for big yards that just really, you can take from that game on both sides of the trenches, and they're losing the trenches. And so those holes they'll fill. We've got some injuries, but how about Tyree Wilson? His grading was up.
Yeah. We need that.
We definitely need that. Like, honestly, I mean, it's like little things like that that give me hope, because it's all about developing players. if we can get some guys to develop and reach their potential, we'll be fine. Even on offense, get Dylan Parham on the line, start becoming a bully, start doing good blocking. I don't know, and I know Josh Jacobs can be a star. I mean, I don't think that was just a coincidence last year that he led the league in rushing. And again, I didn't necessarily expect him to lead it this year, but I still wanted to see him come in and at least be dominant. But it's not even on him. If guys are hitting you in the backfield before you even touch the ball, it's like, what can you really do? So I get it.
Yeah, I mean, yep, correct.
Really quickly, yes, you can still call in. Just wait till this caller wraps, and then we'll put the callback number back up. But yeah, I mean, great points.
Madden. I'm a Madden guy. I mean, I support all the coaches that have coached for us, and then whether they quit or most of them got fired. But I was Gruden 1.0, and I was behind Gruden 2.0. It's just that it was a little bit different years later, and it was starting to come together. I know that we had some losses that last year, moved to Vegas, but to me, no one really is asking about our other coaches on the offensive line and the defensive line.
Right.
I hear people talking about Graham. I hear some people talking about Graham. They actually have a running back coach. They have a quarterback coach.
Right.
Lombardi is the head coach. Graham is the head coach of their. Graham's our offensive coach. I mean, our defensive coach. Del Rio's. Lombardi's our offensive coach. So that's where accountability comes in. And McDaniel, he's making his playbook with these guys. So it's more complex, like you guys alluded earlier, about how you work this all in. It's year 2, and we had, I think, with compensatory picks, we had 12. We ended up with 9.
Yeah,
we have 9 for the 24 draft, and this season is not over yet. It ain't over yet. We got a lot of games to play.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's not over. It's not over. It's hard to focus on that when you see something, a game like what happened on Sunday against Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, they like I said, they're still in the middle of the pack. There's only 16 teams. There's only 7 teams with a better record.
No, that's true.
Now. I'm not saying I'm happy with the losing record. Don't get me wrong.
No,
they can go on a run. Let's hope they go on a run. Let's hope they put it this way. Okay, look. You've got this year the Raiders have a better record than last year with a quarterback that has been injured, a rookie quarterback, and a veteran quarterback that's basically about to be retired. Have a better record than last year's quarterback, who everybody wants back.
Yeah. I mean, and I try not to talk about the previous quarterback because he's holding on by a string over there, with his fan base.
And
so I'm not even gonna get division. Yeah, so I'm not even gonna get into that. But just focusing on us, it's like, to me, if you really look at it, like usually like the Chiefs are so far ahead than everyone else. It's like I really think that just looking at this Chiefs team, they're not as good as they have been in the past, at least as far as dominant. Same with the Chargers. I mean, those are 2 teams that if we brought our A game, we can compete with them. In years past, I would say if we brought our A game and they brought their B game, we still couldn't beat the Chiefs. But, we just got to bring it all together, man. Shout out to Power Raider.
That's good. Caller, do you have anything else for us before you go?
I just want to shout out to Raider Nation. Treat everybody with respect. This is Raider. We're a family.
We're a family, man.
And treat the coaches and the organization with respect. You can ask those questions, but just do it with respect.
For sure. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Mahalo. Ahuiho.
Mahalo.
Much love.
All right, much love.
Oh, man. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for the call. We appreciate you. If you want to call now that the caller is off the line, I'll put the callback number back on the screen, 510-394-4409. Mother Moon. All right, let's see. There's a lot of comments coming in. We appreciate all your comments, so we'll get back to these. Win the turnover battle, and we are We are in the game. We've had a turnover every game.
Sloppy, very sloppy.
Sloppy. And I think, if you look at the O'Connell game against the Charger, that's unfortunately going to be, a learning curve. But I was actually expecting him to handle the ball a little better. Put it that way.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. And honestly, that's the reason why I was okay with thinking that Hoyer would be all right, because I'm like, he's been in the system long enough. He's at least, if nothing else, he'll be smart with the ball. He'll know when to throw it away, take it back when he have to, and we'll punt it, whatever. But that's the part that I don't understand. I mean, because Jimmy's the same way. It's like what I know of these guys, they're not doing. So,
yeah. All right, we have a caller on the line. Caller, you are live. What's good? Who we got on the line?
Hey, what's going on? This is Raider Vision. How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing well. How are you? What you got for us?
Oh, doing good. What's up, Chris? Hey, I just had a couple quick thoughts here. First being Hunter Renfro, right? Hunter Renfro has a fumbling issue. And everyone's out here blaming Josh McDaniels, blaming his coaching staff on the fact that Hunter Renfro is not implementing this offense. But you can see when Hunter Renfro and Josh McDaniels were first together, Josh McDaniels tried to implement Hunter Renfro into the offense. But what did Hunter Renfro do?
He lost a game for us.
Hunter Renfro was injured, right? So he was good, right, in the past. But we all know here on the show that it's what are you doing for me now league. Yeah. And similar to Derek Carr and Darren Waller, right? All these players that we're looking at, what did they do in the past? Yeah. But really, what are they doing for you now, right? And so my argument is that I believe Josh McDaniels and this regime knows exactly what they're doing. They move on from a player like Derek Carr. What is Derek Carr doing? He has a top 5 defense. He has Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara. Like, what is he doing? What is Darren Waller doing? So this regime is on the right track. And there's a report that came out that talked about how Josh McDaniels and this regime wanted to get C.J. Stroud. Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't the first option. And so if you look at it like bigger picture, I believe that this regime has the Raiders going in the right direction.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's hard for me to still say it because he definitely has to get better. And as the leader of the team, it starts with you because these are your people. But I just don't think it's wise to just fire him just yet. That's just where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. Like firing Josh McDaniels though, like this season, is going to do nothing but just it's going to allow Devontae Adams to be like, hey, I want to trade, I want to get out of here. It's not communicating the right message. So if anything, if you're going to fire Josh McDaniels, you do it after the season.
Right.
But I will say that you have to give a regime a chance to build and sustain an environment and create what they envision being successful. And when you're hearing about reports saying they wanted C.J. Stroud, they didn't want to sell the farm for C.J. Stroud, but they wanted C.J. Stroud. That's going in the right direction, right? That's not what Josh McDaniels used to do and say, oh, I want a 10 people, right? They look at C.J. Stroud this year. C.J. Stroud's balling out. So, again, I just think that we need to give this regime some time. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because we've been Raider fans for X amount of years now. But you got to give things time. It's not a microwave society, right? This is the NFL. And you know, John Gruden did a terrible job of drafting. Cleveland Farrell, in the first overall, the 4th pick. Jonathan Abrams, you know, trading Khalil Mack. Like, it takes time to develop and cultivate a healthy environment in general, you know?
No, definitely. And here's the issue with firing everybody every 10 seconds. Everyone in any business, in any company, any CEO is going to come in with a new vision and want their own staff, their own employees, their own players. So if we really want to fire Josh McDaniels, then know that that's going to come with, I think, really, with any new coach, any year, any time, it's always going to be a rebuild. because the coach has a different scheme. They have a different playbook. They need different guys for that. They want guys they like. They want guys they trust. They want guys they think they can work with. So if we're firing Josh McDaniels, just know that could mean maybe he doesn't want Mad Max, the next guy. Maybe, I'm sure everyone wants Mad Max. That's actually a bad, you know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, maybe he doesn't want whoever. So it's like this coach doesn't want Renfro, like you're saying, and people like him. So other coaches wanted him, but they're not utilizing him or not playing well. So basically what I'm saying is if you bring in a new coach, just expect a whole new team.
Yeah. But spicy Raiders, they want to use Renfro, but they don't trust Renfro. Like, he's fumbles all the time. He's given up games. Like, and look at what they're going to do. There's a report that came out today that Aiden O'Connell will start if Jimmy Garoppolo can't do it, and that's because Hoyer turned it over. So I understand the philosophy, and I understand the thought process with where Josh McDaniels is going with it, right? And lastly, I just wanted to touch on this, like, and maybe you guys can chime in a little bit on your thoughts, but Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't the first choice, right? CJ Stroud was second.
Right.
It was bright.
So we can't really say that Josh McDaniels is a terrible head coach. He doesn't have a quarterback.
Right.
And we all see that Aiden O'Connell, he's not ready. His internal clock in that Chargers game, it was brutal.
Yeah, you got to get rid of it.
Yeah, it was good, but even in the second half, he fumbled. So I think we can all say that Aiden O'Connell's not ready. And I hope to God that Aiden O'Connell's not playing against Detroit, because if we think Khalil Mack is good,
Aiden.
No, they made Khalil Mack is good, but Khalil Mack is not 6 sacks a game good.
No.
Nobody is really, like, we made him look good.
Yeah, I agree.
True. I think that it was just a revenge game, to be honest. I think Khalil Mack was just upset, mad, because there was a report that came out this year that Khalil Mack wanted to actually be traded to the Niners. He wanted to go to the Niners. He wanted to win the Super Bowl with the Niners. But the Raiders with John Gruden decided, like, we're gonna send him over to the Bears.
Right.
We're gonna send him over to the Bears. So,
well,
and then I want to get you guys a stop. So it sounds like a report came out today by Dov Clymer, NFL Insider. He said that Chase Young and Montez Sweat are going for a second or a third. So I was thinking, what if you trade Renfro to the Washington Commanders for either Chase Young, Montez Sweat, Renfro in the third for one of those defensive ends? What do you guys think?
Sign me up.
Right? I'm down.
I don't care about Chase Young and his injury issue. When he's on the field, I mean, because he's always getting double teamed when he plays now. He's not going to be like that when he plays, beside or opposite of Mad Max, man. Sign me up. Free Lord.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have anything else to say, caller, before we let you go?
Yeah, lastly, I really don't believe that Josh Jacobs is bought in. I know that he kind of had to come back because the running back market is pretty bad right now in the NFL.
Right.
So I was thinking, if you trade Josh Jacobs in a fifth for Daniil Hunter, if you can't get that Sweat deal done or the Chase Young deal, what do you guys think?
Oh, I disagree with that. I think Josh Jacobs could be great. I just think he needs the O-line to be able to allow him to get more yards. I don't want to give up on Josh Jacobs.
I agree too. He that O-line is just playing. I mean, they're not. And the worst part is, like, we have one of the best O-line coaches in the league. That's the worst part about it. So the way that they kind of regressed this year was surprising. But I don't want to give up on Josh either. But I think the writing's on the wall. He's not going to be here next year, though, unfortunately.
For sure.
I think, though, instead of giving up on him, we know what he can do. We know what he's capable of doing. So instead of giving up on him, you just have to improve what's around him. You got to give him the support. I hope they don't because, I mean, again, then you need a running back, and then you still need an O-line. So now there's two voids.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just think it's Jacobs. You know how the running back market is. You know how running backs they don't have a whole lot of life in the NFL. So just kind of looks a little bit slower in my opinion. And I know the offensive line's not doing what they should do, but just kind of what I see on the field.
Yeah. All right, caller. Well, thank you. We appreciate your
call, man. I appreciate the call, buddy.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Good night. Yeah, so we're looking at the stat that's up here on the screen now. Like Power Raiders' question is, which quarterback do you want to start versus the Lions? Drop it in the comments. And here's the thing with Josh McDaniels, too. Our caller had touched on it a little bit, I think, or at least triggered my thought. Imagine being a head coach and not knowing, having a consistency of knowing who your quarterback's going to be week from week to week. So now as a head coach, you're in a position where you don't have somebody that you can rely on. Jimmy G, you can't rely on him. He's proven that this year. He's only played, 4.5 games, I think?
Yeah.
So you, as a coach, you always got to think, okay, are we going to have Jimmy or are we not going to have Jimmy? And then how do you prepare for that? And then, okay, if it's not going to be Jimmy, do we go with Hoyer, who we see these terrible stats here up on the screen, or do we go with O'Connell, who's clearly not ready yet? Those aren't great options.
No, they're not. And I think, but on the flip side, and again, this is someone that respects McDaniels. But he has to live. He has to live by the decisions he made. I was a person that really, really wanted to keep Jared Stidham around. I really did. And I really, and as much as people probably think I'm crazy, I think if we had Jared Stidham as our starting quarterback this year, we would be 5-2 right now. 5-2. I really think that. And again, I know people probably think I'm crazy, but Stidham was able to throw. He understood the offense. He was able to throw the ball downfield. He could move a little bit, and he was tough. He would take a hit and get up, and give him a whole offseason to continue to get some, So I don't know, man, but that's neither here or there. But, he handpicked Jimmy, even though I don't think it was his first pick. I think it was Brady first, and then, I don't know after that, but he has to live with Jimmy. So it's like.
And it's true. He said, many people knew that Jimmy G would not be reliable. McDaniels brought him in to the team regardless. This is a problem he created himself. Again, broken, rookie, retired, still a better record than last year's quarterback.
Right.
So if it's a problem he created for himself, it's still an improvement. It's not a great one, but it's still an improvement.
And we still haven't played our best ball yet. The thing is, all of us fans, we don't even know what, the best that this team can play. At least last year, we saw glimpses of it. We saw glimpses of the team, being explosive. And I'm just thinking, okay, we snuck by 3 wins on some bad teams, but we've done it without even showing a full, complete 4 quarters. Let's see what that looks like first, so we can at least see where our ceiling is. Of course, we know where our floor is, but let's see where our ceiling is, and then we can be like, all right, this team is really trash. But I want to at least see where we're at.
Yeah. This is, again, unpopular opinion, but I would even say, right away, again, I didn't want Josh McDaniels. 4 games into last season, I wanted him fired, but at this point, they're starting to build whatever they're building. I don't know what it is, but it's happening. At this point, I say let him see it through to the end of next season. Only because I don't want to see it start from square one again in the offseason. To me, that seems, unless they're going to go out and get this proven amazing head coach that somewhere exists somewhere that we don't know of with this, great quarterback that's also going to come in and save the day, and this O-line that's all of a sudden going to show up, and players that can tackle all of a sudden. Cool.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
No, it is. And I'm just not with the whole just firing the coach. At the end of the day, I wasn't big on firing, what's his name at the time, Del Rio at the time, because I always think back at, one of my favorite Raider coaches was Hugh Jackson, of course. And, under him running the offense, 2 years in a row we were 8-8, and that was like the first time that we didn't have a losing season since like the Super Bowl years and stuff. So, but the fact that Mark Davis allowed the new GM to come in and fire him, and like ever since that, like the next 10 years, we were like, 1, 2 games, 4 games, 7, it was just bad.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm all about trying to build a foundation, because I look at teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who've only had 3 coaches in their entire existence, pretty much, man. Like, come on.
Well, and that's the thing too. I think we've learned from recent history that firing the coach isn't the solution, because we've had a ton of them, and they still losing records.
Good teams don't do that.
So, and this, the difference from last year and this year, they can't score more than 20 points on offense. That is sad. I think they're at averaging 16 points a game, which is like
very sad.
What, their bottom 3 in the entire league. I mean, you're certainly not going to win games doing that, and which is disappointing, because they sold Josh McDaniels' resume as he's supposed to be this like offensive genius, and you can't get more than 16 points. So, yeah, sure. There's issues, 100%.
Right. And that's the sad thing, is because last year he looked like he had that genius in him, because, we had All-Pro. He had Devontae had one of his best seasons. Josh Jacobs had one of his best seasons. And it's like, it's year 1. So you think it's only going to get better from there, and it didn't. So, and I don't know. I think it was Scotty Waddy or something. He said something about, what quarterback has done well under McDaniels being coached. I mean, yeah, of course, most of his time was with Tom Brady, but like I always tell everyone, Tom Brady came into the NFL as a very below average quarterback out of Michigan, very slow, did not have good intangibles. He had a good work ethic. He was smart, but, Charlie Weiss helped him at the Patriots for a few years, but then he took off when he got with McDaniels. So let's not act like it was just a one-way street.
Right.
He made him who he is as well. Them two together, they had a marriage that they yelled at each other and whatever, but he got the most out of Tom Brady. Whether you hate Tom or whether you hate McDaniels or not, you can't take that away from him.
That's a great point. That's a great point. I mean, he coached the greatest quarterback that has played this game, if you're looking at rings. And he's very much a part of that. That's a great selling point. I mean, you put that on your resume.
And the thing, but they don't want to give him credit for it. They want to act like Tom Brady walked into the NFL as Tom Brady. He was trash.
Or Bill Belichick was just Bill Belichick.
Right, like he was trash at first. He had to be developed. That's all I'm saying. And this coming from a Michigan fan who watched Tom as a freshman in college.
Power Raider says firing is not the solution. Who do we get if we fire him? That's what we've been saying the whole show. Can we afford to restructure everything all over again? Yeah, year after year. This is what Carr was saying about our coaches and management. No consistency. That's true. There hasn't been any consistency.
Exactly.
I mean, that is definitely true. Really quickly, we are an hour in. We're going to keep going. If you want to call, the call-in number's there. But we're going to cut to a little promo here for a second. If you are in the Las Vegas area, the Raiders are hosting a trick-or-treat rally at the team headquarters. Aww. If you are there on Sunday, October 29th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., if the spots aren't taken already, you can go to the website and sign up. I think it's a $5 donation. They are going to have food trucks, DJ, trick-or-treat for kids. That's my little guy right there. I wish he could go. They love that he's the face of it, though, and he was so stoked about it. So if you are in the area, make sure to check that out. And really, I just wanted a chance to show this kid.
Okay, hold on.
I'm really subtle, right? All right, we have a caller who's on the line. Hello, caller, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello, Spicy and Protective Shield. This is Rafael Chaskin, as North Capital Rapocho. Salute and good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Okay. All right, so I have a question for both of the panel right now. So right now the show is right now we have the next game between the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football. So we have to stay focused about the defense and the offense. So we have terrible tackling, and we have no good heart with the defense right now. So is it possible to make it like it's everything about change right now? Because if we're gonna bring like some young talents, like corners from college football, like linebackers, defensive tackles, because we had Tommy Wilson, but I think we have a much they have to go for it at the defense right now. So can I just bring it about for the like corners and defensive tackles and linebackers to make sure to involve about the defense and the offense, which is the midseason right here.
What? I'm sorry. What was the question, Chris? Did you get it?
No.
Yes.
So say the last part again.
Like corners. Yeah, it was about the like corners, and if we're gonna bring some young players that we are ahead of the mid-season, if we have to bring like young talent to bring other team right now.
Okay, so you're talking about getting like some more younger talent on defense, like in the corner position and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And thanks for the call, by the way, man. I really appreciate talking to you on social media and stuff, man. So thanks for the call.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I mean we can get better everywhere. On defense, you know, we have a lot of players that are ascending. You know, we have some guys that are getting a little bit better. But we need to continue to build depth. I mean, we just didn't have that much, you know, so we're trying to get some guys. And again, they're going to get better as the season goes on, like Tyree Wilson. You know, I was one of the guys that was very, very, very hard on him. And he's, you know, pleasantly showing me that, you know, he might be able to play in this league at a high level, you know, as he continues to develop. And I'm hoping that Ja'Cory Bennett's going to be the same way. I mean, the cornerback position not only is probably the hardest position on defense. I mean, it's one of the hardest positions in all of football, but, you know, he's going to continue to get better. He's going to have some growing pains. He's going to get beat, but, you know, a guy that runs as fast as he runs, if he gets some good technique, he's going to be okay. But I agree, you know, we need to just continue getting younger, you know, and not only just getting younger, but developing those guys as well. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, I just wanted to say congratulations on the show right now. I know it's been like a short because I just have another one question, but
okay.
I just wanted to say salute to everybody else, salute to the chat, the panel, Protect the Shield, and Spicy Raider. Love the show and hit the like button. So salute from Rafael Chesinas, no es el capitán, Rafael. And of course, one more thing, just like Kyle Davis said, just
win, baby.
Nation for life.
All right.
Great call, man. Thank you,
We
buddy.
appreciate your call. Thank you. He is off. I'm on the moon. Chris, take it from here. Let me do some housekeeping behind the scenes real quick, please.
Yeah, no problem. So, let's see. You want me to go through some comments?
Sure.
Yeah, let me see. Actually, it won't let me put them up though. But yeah, I'll read some comments. So, let's see what we got. So Steve Mason, you know, he had a comment saying, "Never support a tank. Win even if we know it ain't taking us anywhere." I agree. That's definitely a good take. Power Raider said firing is not the solution. You know, who do we get if we fire him? Can we afford restructure everything all over again? Oh, we already read that. That's what Carr was saying. No, that's a good point. Let's see. I know there's some up top that we wanted to get to. And I appreciate everybody in the chat. You guys have been excellent tonight, you know, being very engaging in some of this stuff. So actually, you know what? Actually, what I do want to do with the chat. So if you guys, you know, if we did get rid of McDaniels, who would you guys want? Because again, we keep hearing just fire him.
Right.
You know, and I heard a couple people say, you know, fire him and let Rob Ryan take over. You know, I just want to hear, you know, some people want Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's going through a lot right now in college football. Michigan is getting accused of cheating and recording other teams' signals. So he might be at the point where he might end up leaving college and coming
Oh,
to the
perfect.
NFL.
That's the Raiders' way, according to Al Davis.
Yeah, exactly.
Fits right in.
Yeah, so I'm curious. Some people want like a young offensive-minded guy. So yeah, just let me know what you guys want.
Ty Raiders said Rob Ryan until next year. So you want him to come in for the remainder of the season? I don't know how that works.
Yeah, because basically
Unless I'm reading that wrong.
Well, no, because Rob Ryan is like he's like an assistant coach.
No, I know, but that's another Bisaccia coming in?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what they want.
And then what? And then Rob Ryan. Then what? Then we have to trade him, and then we have to replace two positions. Like to me, if that's what you're saying, I don't see that as the answer.
Let it play out.
Because really, Rob Ryan, then he could just speak up and then say, and maybe offer some insight or some help there as a coach, not fire McDaniels and replace. I don't know. To me, that doesn't make sense. But hey, we appreciate your opinion.
No, for sure.
Who would it be if you had it?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
But he said. But the thing is, I don't. But he said until next year.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, yeah. So we just want
McDaniels.
we want an interim coach.
Yeah, he wants McDaniels fired now. Rob Ryan take over, but we still don't know who the next coach is. I mean, who you guys want?
That's that's definitely like putting a Band-Aid on the wound to me. Yeah. Harbaugh. Somebody said Harbaugh in here. All right, so we're gonna hold off for a minute. We have Power Raider backstage. He wants to come in with a special announcement right now. What's good, Power Raider? Thanks for joining us.
Steve.
What's up?
Chris, thank you.
Of course. What you got for us, my friend?
Hey, so I don't know. There's some background music going on. I don't know if you hear it.
No, you good.
We have background music playing, but it shouldn't be distracting. But I'll turn it off.
Yeah, we can turn it off for a little.
Just wanted to make sure. But November 3rd, guys, the weekend of the Giants. I'm just coming on here because Angela Beniskov gave me a call this morning. Pushed these tickets out for the Belichkov Foundation Craft Fest going on for the weekend of the Giants, guys. So if you guys have not attended the Craft Fest, I know a lot of people are like, how the hell do you know all these alumni players? How are you always here and there and everywhere, Pirator? You know what? Because I get involved. Going there, showing up, supporting everybody's events, and I know the tickets are $550 for 2 tickets for a couple. It's $275 per individual. If you can't buy 2 tickets minimum, then just call me and then we'll get you in there. Get 1 ticket, at least be in there. But last year we had all 3 MVPs there, all in one roof. We had Jim Plunkett, Freblin, always there. Super Bowl MVP for 11. Jim Plunkett, Super Bowl 15, and then 18. You have Marcus Allen there too, and it's incredible just to see all the alumni players, Hall of Famers there, everything. So if you want to be part of some Raider history, and all for a great cause, because Belichkov Foundation, they fundraise for drug abuse, for domestic violence, all these sort of causes, for at-risk teens, and they do so much for the community in Clark County. And all it started because Fred Belichkov lost his daughter, due to domestic violence, and that just sparked it off. And from there, they do it in commemoration of her life, and they just keep giving back to the community. So if you guys want to get involved, go to BelichkovFoundation.org and buy your tickets for the Craft Fest. I mean, everybody is there. Everybody from the Raiders. I mean, from the organization, going from Mark Davis. Dave Ziegler was there last year. I mean, you have Shooter McGavin there. You have the guy from Allstate. You have a lot of celebrities that come in. Lincoln Kennedy is usually the one that hosts is the host, and you have the Raiderettes. I mean, it's an incredible opportunity, to be part of a Raiders gala, and being that it's November 3rd, the weekend of the Giants, it's going to be at the Westgate in Las Vegas. So get involved, guys, and be part of some Raider history, because I know a lot of people they always tell me how do I know all this, or how do I get pictures with all these players? I kick it really cool with Greg Townsend over there. I was having drinks and all that, and You guys don't know Greg Towns is the all-time sack leader for the Raiders, 109.5 sacks, the all-time sack leader. He should be in the Hall of Fame, along with Jim Plunkett should be in the Hall of Fame, along with Lester Hayes. You know, but definitely you want to be part of this opportunity. You know, you get a meet and greet, and also it's all for a great cause. They do have a
Yeah.
silent auction. This, you know, it's just incredible. I don't know. Have you been part of that, Spicy? Have you been to the Craft Fest, or you, Chris?
I haven't, but it
I
sounds
haven't.
amazing.
All right, it's an opportunity. It's in Las Vegas. Make it a weekend experience. If you're gonna go to the Giants game, you know, because I know a lot of people are gonna go to the Giants game. They want to see the face off with Waller. You know, might as well.
Oh yeah.
You know, might as well just come to the Craft Fest and hang out with us. There's plenty of drinks, plenty of wine bottles in every table. A lot of crowd. Now, if you're allergic to shellfish, everything they could accommodate you guys for some chicken plate. But they also have some vegetarian plates. But you gotta just get your tickets in now so they could accommodate you. Don't wait for the last minute. You know,
Yeah.
but it's gonna be awesome.
Is there a deadline to purchase tickets?
They could purchase it the day before the event's the deadline.
Oh, okay.
But if you
And then the day, I don't know if you said the day and time.
November the 3rd, it's from 6 to 10, but they usually goes all the way later because they
Okay.
have a DJ. It's just incredible. It's a great time. I mean, I'm all there, you know, partying it up with the Black Hole members, partying it up with a lot of different chapters that show up. You know, a lot of super fans. I mean, it's always Tinkerhell's there. Captain Jack's there, always representing all the time. I mean, this year is gonna all in all, and Wynn's gonna be there. This will be my 4th year in a row, so it's gonna be incredible. The second year, I'll be bringing my wife there. It's just an incredible. I love Angela and Fred and everything they do, and they're so giving. They'll take pictures with you guys. They have a backdrop with pictures. They have the latest media there. It's an incredible opportunity, you know, for all diehard Raider fans, and just to see all these players. Like 3 years ago, I was just, I mean, hanging out and drinking with what's it called? Oh man, I forgot his name. Oh, Darren LaMonica.
Oh, wow.
I was drinking and partying
Wow.
with him, you know. And
That's
then
awesome.
6 months later, he passes away. I'm like, what the hell? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's just all these guys, these legacy players, Super Bowl champion winners. They're getting up there in age, you know, and so you want to just get to meet these guys on a one-on-one because it's hard to meet these people when there's signing autograph sessions.
Oh yeah.
They're to sign the autograph, but
Yeah.
here you're hanging out, you're
You're
eating with them,
mingling.
you know, your fellowship, you know, with them and everything. So it's a great opportunity, guys.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, thank you. If you're in town that weekend, make sure to get your ticket.
Yeah. Now, Steve, is that an annual thing? Do they do that every year?
Every year they do it.
Nice.
Every year I always have it locked in because I'm gonna be there. And it's great. It's great. I mean, I don't know if you can feel my excitement. It's so
Yeah, I can.
You guys have to be there. It's incredible.
So I have to know, how much crab can you eat?
Oh man, you know what? Maybe like a whole crab, because you know they give you the little. It's so cute. They give you the little forkies. You know, fork it, crack it open and all that. So it's cool. I mean, definitely lock it in, guys. If you're there, we'll have a great time. I know. We're just basically. It's next Friday, not this Friday. Next Friday. So I know it's, you know, we're running out of time, but don't miss this opportunity, guys. Just like the trick or treat opportunity with the Raiders HQ, that one, I know a lot of people already hit me up. They're like, sold out already. I'm like, yeah. They only had like
800 spots, yeah.
I jump on it.
It flew so quick, and it's all for the Raiders Foundation. You know, it's all for a great cause. But will they open another batch? Who knows? Because if it's sold out all in one day like that, maybe they could do another session. You know, just stick around, get involved. You know.
Yeah, they're also, I think it's on Halloween, on October 31st, I believe, in the middle of the day, around 4:00 or something like that. The Raiderettes are also hosting a themed haunted, I forget exactly what it's called, but they're hosting a dance class, and the class is like a theme Halloween dance. Your Raiders costumes and things like that. I don't know I can't remember the exact details, but yeah, if you want to be involved in that, make sure to check out what the Raiderettes are doing as well. And Power Raider, do you want to talk about a little bit the foundation that the Crab Fest supports, the Fred Biletnikoff Foundation?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I had it all right here, and I just got off of it because I got excited because I just got the list of all the individuals that's coming. So you want me to read that off? I can read it out to you guys. Yeah, hold on. So George Atkinson's gonna be there. So if you guys know George Atkinson, he's part of the Soul Patrol's gonna be there. Fred's gonna be there. Mitchell Bobro, I guess he's the real Karate Kid's gonna be there. Mark Davis will be there. Justin Fargas. Nicky Fargas, the WNBA Las Vegas Aces president, will be there. Mervin Fernandez, wide receiver, will be there. Doug Gabriel, NFL wide receiver, and also Raider alumni will be there.
Remember him?
Yeah. John Kondo, which is NFL long snapper, also. Raiders alumni also. Let me see here. I mean, this is top secret, but I'm letting you guys know, you know. Willie Galt, you know, was going to be there.
Nice.
Receiver also.
Nice.
Mike Hanks, Pro Football Hall of Fame, cornerback, Raiders alumni will be there. Teo Johnson, tight end, Raiders alumni also will be there. Lindsey Sanders is going to be there. Rod Martin will be there. Better known for his 3 interceptions in Super Bowl 50. Napoleon McCollum, is that how you say it? He's a running back, NFL Rated alumni, also will be there.
Napoleon Kaufman?
No, McCollum. Sorry, my Spanglish kicks in. I don't know how to say it, but McCallum.
Yeah, so it would be McCollum.
He was a running back, and that's also Raiders alumni. He's a College Football Hall of Fame. Let me see here. Shooter McGavin, which is Christopher McDonald, better known for his role. He'll be from Happy Gilmore. Mark McMillan, NFL cornerback, played for the Eagles. He'll be there. Jim Plunkett, confirmed he'll be there. I mean, Rod Woodson, also Pro Football Hall of Famer, he'll be there.
Rod, nice.
Dave Ziegler just confirmed. Phil Villapiano, we all know Phil, the Cano Pooh. He'll be there. Greg Towns is going to be there. I mean, Barry Sims will be there. I mean, I could keep the list.
Hold on. You had me at Phil. Phil's going to be there. Phil's going to be there. Phil is always a good time.
You better wear your jersey. Aren't you the one with the jersey, Spicy?
Me. The jersey that I have to wear as a dress anytime I'm in his presence. Yep.
You better wear it.
Yeah, definitely. And so, to answer your question, the Biletnikoff Foundation is on a mission to commemorate Tracy Biletnikoff's life and her untimely death, and to enable young people to realize their full potential through the support community and education programs that effectively address related problems of substance abuse, domestic violence, and human trafficking. You know, so if you guys don't know, Fred Biletnikoff lost his daughter due to a domestic violence, then wanted to go and reach out to the at-risk teens, and the foundations it just kicked off from there, and the Raiders supports it 110%, and it's just a great thing what they do right now. They do so much with St. Jude's Ranch for Children. It's a community hospital, and they do this year after year after year, and on top of this, they also do their golf events and all that. I mean, it's incredible so much what they do behind the scenes to give back to the community.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, thanks, Power Raider. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate you spreading the word about this amazing event that's happening, the Crab Fest, supporting the Biletnikoff Foundation. And you're welcome back anytime, my friend.
Absolutely. Take care, guys. God bless. Take care.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for the call.
All right. So good stuff there. If you're going to, I will not be out there that weekend, unfortunately, but if you are going to be out in Vegas that weekend, make sure if that's something that sounds like a good time. It sounds like a good time once he had me at Phil. I'm just saying.
You already know.
I already know. And while we're plugging stuff really quickly, let me just let everyone know what we got going on out here in the Bay Area, because we want to keep the party going. So we are having a watch party at the Bank Club in Emeryville. Join us November 26th. It's the weekend after Thanksgiving. So if you're in town and you want to come watch with some Raiders fans, join us. The party starts at 11 a.m. We will be doing a live broadcast, obviously featuring Woodson Whiskey and V57 Cigars, live DJ, free admission. We're going to have I think we're going to have a food truck.
We are.
We're going to have the 24 Woodson Whiskey shot stick.
Yes, ma'am.
We're going to have a raffle. We're going to be raffling off some autographed Woodson Whiskey bottles at the event, along with a lot of other prizes and things of that nature. So if you are in the Oakland area and you want a place to watch, join us for this rivalry game against Kansas City, November 26th. Party starts at 11. Game, of course, is at 1 o'clock. Come through, join us, have a cigar, have some Woodson Whiskey. Come and just talk to us. Have a good time. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So there you have it. We also we don't know all the details, but make sure that you stay tuned with us, because Chris and I and Mother Moon, along with some other of our colleagues, are going to be out in Miami, and we've got a special event that we're working on right now. So stay tuned for that.
It's going to be epic.
And,
that's going to be epic.
That's going to be fun.
Going to be out that way.
You know, that's right. Well, I think it's been a great show. We went 30 minutes over, and I think we enjoyed it. But join us next week. I'm sure we'll have a lot to talk about. Chris and Mother Moon, before we go,
Yes.
do either of you have anything that you want to say?
Well, I'm sticking with the team, like to the game that you played earlier. 2022 was my rough year. I'm going for it now, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm a positive all the way.
For sure.
All right.
For sure. Yeah, I just want to talk to the Raider Nation real quick. It's just at the end of the day, you know, it's okay for us to have different opinions, but let's just be respectful with it. It doesn't have to be, and I'm sorry, I still can't talk to my voice, but, you know, let's just make sure, at the end of the day, we're supposed to be a family. We're not always going to agree, but let's enjoy each other when we're having fun at games and tailgates. And just remember, you know, we all do this because we love the same team. No matter, you know, what's going on, Josh McDaniels is part of our team right now, whether you like it or not. We need to support him. Now, if we fire him at the end of the year, then, you know, we'll support our next coach.
We'll support the next one,
But, you know, just like all you guys that loved Carr so much, you know, you wanted everyone to continue supporting Carr, you know, during his final days. And, you know,
even now.
Yeah. You guys want us to support him now when he's another, you know, quarterback for another team. So, you know, we always say once a Raider, always a Raider. That includes people that are current Raiders. Josh McDaniels is getting paid by the Raiders. His check says the Raiders. So just remember that before you guys just, just go off the deep end all the time. But I love you guys, and you know, this was a great show. I appreciate it, Spicy. I love you driving it a lot more. Just
I don't mind it. You know, I was on the move the past few weeks, so it's harder for me to do it when I'm on the move. But when I'm set up, I don't mind it at all.
You did your thing.
So thank you, everyone, for watching. We appreciate you. Remember, if you haven't already, do us a solid, light that torch, hit that like button. Please subscribe to both of our channels. We appreciate you. And, you know, we go out one way and only one way.
Raiders!
What's up, Raider Nation? I got a special message for you. Come on, you know what it is. Raiders.
Yahoo made this beat.
Let's go. To come back and play here for a second time around. You guys welcome me back with open arms, as if I never left. And this team is going to get so much better really, really soon. I want you to take a look out in the center of this field and look at all the guys that came back for this moment here today. We understand what it's about. We understand Raider Nation. We understand Raider love. Since 1966, you guys have been coming to this stadium and you've been rooting this team on the victory. You've seen this team win 3 Super Bowls. And we know the love that you have for this team. It ain't going nowhere no matter what it plays. We thank you guys for being here. And if you would just indulge me one time, I need that Raiders about you, baby. I need that Raiders. So if we get it, and we can get it on 3. 1, 2, 3, Raiders!
Raider Nation, thanks for watching on this Woodson Whiskey Wednesday. We'll see you next week.